Welcome to Saw Logs Plastic Hubs. This is Jim Deadman, and I've just got today's video together for you. So I hope you enjoy what we're doing here in the shop. So pull your chair up virtually beside the computer, your television, whatever you watch these videos on. Sit back and enjoy the video. Well, this is today's project. Part one, you've already seen me make this little darling speed handle for the speed wrench. This is a cute one, by gosh. This is for my buddies Lance and Patrick Active Atom, and I promised them a special Kurt wrench. This is for their little vice. Now, by gosh, this is a cute little booger, I'm telling you. It's got 7/16 socket. This aluminum shop made here in the shop, Saw Log Plastic Hub shop. You know, I don't do the fancy milling in the center, but I polished just a little bit of sandpaper and machined it up. And this is a cute little wrench, I'm telling you, speed wrench. And follow along here in part two where I do the machining of the body. I've done these before. This is kind of like a horse getting beat that's already dead or shot, but just because them guys deserve it, I guess, it's for you to get to see it. So this is Active Atom Speed Wrench Part 2. I hope you enjoy the video. Guys, this is the start of a project for my buddies Active Atom. And we're going to make them a speed handle for their little Barker mill. And in one of their videos recently, they have mentioned it. Now, they told me they didn't need this immediately, and I understand that. So, what's happening now is I'm going ahead and I'm preparing this because I need to know the material I need. And since this wrench will only be using 7/16" sockets, and I always like to leave about 200 thousandths to the sides, this will be about 800 thousandths. And I just marked this off and man-sawing this. And it's a beautiful spring day here in North Carolina. It's a little cool this morning. I've got the shop doors open. I'm going to actually tie them a little bit. And we're going to get some work done. We're going to work on several projects today. I'm not going to do much more to this. And I just found out I can install my saw. That's the first time I installed the saw since I've been using it. So. Second time I installed the saw. So you can install the saw. I think I'd do better where I can feel it with the belt wraps. And this is a pretty thick piece of aluminum. So. And I've allowed this. This is going to be milled and squared and all that good stuff anyway. But this is, I'm pushing a little too hard. That's the first time I've installed the saw. One of the things I keep repeating, these are not moist clanes, or these are. I'm going to show a couple of passes on the second one because I didn't get it, but basically this is chapter 2. Same verse as chapter 2. I'm just going to show you a couple of beginning cuts. I know all these cuts by hand because of the material being what it is. A fairly slow RPM. I just kind of measured, made a stop. Now this is just to show you, I've used something, well I have used cutoff tools, and I could probably cut these off. But I want to get these pretty darn close. And it's just a little simpler to do what I'm doing. says sometimes the rigidity can be an issue, so we're trying to move to them. So I'm going to take a couple of cuts here on camera so you can just see what I'm doing. There's a lot of tool pressure with this, by the way. You'll notice it kind of pushes the tool off. So, but it's just easier to try to do this. Alright, that's just to show you how I started on the first one. Evidently my mill, that particular milling cutter was dull. I bought a bunch of milling cutters off of eBay years ago. I got a little double-ended ones. I'm going to have to get the cut-off saw out and literally cut them half in two and make them up where I can use them. Now that looks much better. Take a little light dust and make sure it cleans up. That's looking more like what I'm looking for. This is what I'll call a miniature wrench because it's going to be for such a small mill vise. And they just don't commercially make the people that make these speed wrenches, they make them for this size part right here. That's the standard size. This is just going to be a light pass. I don't have a spec for these wrenches. I sort of rough sawed this out, and my goal is to have enough wall thickness. The one thing about these wrenches, if you got an odd vise, not a standard 6-inch curve, you're kind of stuck with having to either make them yourself, because the ones that you find, most of the commercial ones are made for a curved 6-inch. But that's good. Well, I'm not getting it all the way there. I've still got some saw marks, so I'm just going to clean it up. It'll take another pass right quick, so it'll take about 2. So, with a commercial 6-inch curve, I know Pragmatic Lee made him one, and he milled the hexes, and they're his import. Me, I was just particularly stingy and decided to make my own for myself. I decided to make one for Mr. Pete's 5-inch, and the guys up at Active Adam said they had that little, what they say, a 3 or a 4, real small cutie. Said he uses 7/16-inch hex. So I just enjoy making these wrenches, that's so. And basically I don't go into, you notice mine is on my machine. You'll see it occasionally in Mr. Pete's video, you'll see his on his part that's out in the shop. I don't go in and mill the centers because I feel like I'm making these a little thinner here. And it is just, without going into CNC or trying to put fancy corners in them, then that creates a lot of work holding issues and stuff. So I just cut some angles on the ends a little bit, make them right out of this flat piece of aluminum, real simple. If you got a smaller import vise in your home shop, if you watch my channel and do your own machining, it's a simple thing. The hardest thing is to bore your sockets right and get them pressed. Outside of that, the rest of it's a snap. Here we go. We're just going to knock the ends off right quick. And that's going to work. Now let's turn it around and do the other side. Like I say, there's no critical lengths to these. These are just machined right off. I'm going to deburr it and I'll do the other end off camera. Okay, now what I do, I actually, before I start to machine this, I cut this out to rough dimension. Since I don't have a print, I'm just making these kind of on the fly by eye. Two things we've done. One, we put the parallels in, and we slid them out because we're going to need every bit of space we can get. Two, we basically just finished the centers up, lengths up, clean them up. I've got the dimensions rough, so I got the sides. The length of this part's what it's going to be now. So the next step is just go ahead and get this first hole in the socket. So we just put a center hole. Yeah, every one of these I build it simple. The center hole goes right in the center. So we're going to have to probably move the head down right quick. Process is the same no matter what size socket what size you're making them for, whether they're great big or the standard size or whatnot. These are just simple. You could make these out of steel and tin, weld them, and let me slow the drill down, get a little bit more reasonable speed. I'm going to put a 1/2-inch hole in it. Then we're going to set up and bore it. Alright, that's your rough hole right there for the boring. Now I'll get set up and do the boring. Okay, now what I do is I set up for this and put the dial indicator on it. I actually made a mistake and didn't double check the direction of what I needed to do. So, thank goodness it's on the early bores. So I know I've got to go the other direction. And I got a lot of room, so it's a good time to make the mistake. It's early. And that's part of the reason I do such things. If I make a mistake, I can catch it. I can control it before it gets to be a disaster. And it's hard. One of the things that's hard to do is doing things with video camera. I should take some this time. Yeah. Not much, but we're taking some. So now I know at least I'm kind of back where I was, not a little closer. So I'm going to now bore this and check it. I'll bring you back when we get close. There's no use to me boring you with a lot of 20,000, 30,000 passes to get up to size. So that's what the steps are going to be. This should be the last pass I'm going to go in and do. Now where I'm at is I wrote 618, which is the actual size of the socket, and it always pays to double check when your last bore. So this socket here, this is measuring 618. We're at about 5 inches, 994 thousandths. So we like about 22 thousandths. So I'm going to be about 2 thousandths press. So I need to move the indicator 11 thousandths to get me right on size. That's half of the size, obviously. We're using the indicator here, so. Make sure everything moves before you start to move it. So that's always a challenge when you're starting to move. I'm going to leave it a little shy, just to be safe. I can always take a couple of spring passes. Sometimes when you torque it, it's going to matter. And you know, notice I bore everything with the spring pass anyway. And the reason I do that is I don't want the lines. Also, there's certain deflection in these little boring bars. So hopefully, if we got our P's and Q's correct, that we should be on size in our pressing tolerance. $22,000, it's like 10 per side, or 11. I didn't think that was unreasonable to go for. We'll have some mic seeing what we got. This is where your spinster draws up really good. This is what I call spinster time. That's a good sign. The socket don't slide through it too much, so we're pretty close. We'll just have to see. The spinster time. Of course, we're going to Loctite it some bearing mounts. And I'm using this as a transfer gauge instead of a mic, direct reading, because that way I'm reading everything off the same set of mics. So that makes it a little easier for me, and it's more accurate. I'm right on it. It's close. It's going to be close. Loctite will help us some, so it'll start, so that's good. So that one's done. Now we just got to do the other one. I'm going to show doing the other hole. I'm going to show setting up for it. Now, like I say, these wrenches are kind of built custom off of the material, the lengths and everything. What I try to do is sort of keep a proportion. So the end of the part right here is, what I'm going to do is I just got a 1/4 inch rod in it. Just get an approximation. And we're going to call, that's a 1/4 inch rod, so we can go in another 0 the x-axis, go in about 125 thousandths. Excuse me, let me get over here where I can see the DRO. We'll go in about 125 and call it 0. Close enough for this. All right, then we're going to go in basically a 1/2 inch. And that should be about the center of the hole. And now I'll put the socket down the center of the drive here, check it, see if it looks what I'm wanting it to do. That's what I'm trying to do, is sort of maintain a spacing. Yeah, that's going to be just about right. Okay, that's what we're going to work from. Now I'm going to more or less rinse and repeat from this other hole. Now we're going to do the other one. I got this one bored. This one's going to press a hair bit tighter than the other one. The center one doesn't really make that much difference. So it does, you want it to stay, but let me unlock the table. I got to unlock this. I'm all the way on the center. So what I'm going to do is figure where to put the screw thing in. And again, it's just another one of them based on how I made it. So I'm just using a 1/4 rod. I'm just using a little 1/4 inch rod. And we're going to set up on it just like we normally do. This isn't a precision thing. I'm going to hit X0. Excuse my arm being in the way. I'm going to 0, get me my 125 here. My 250 rod. roughly. Doesn't have. That's why I use the rod, because it just don't have to be exactly close. It's just something to give me an idea. The handle you see me make in the other video is about $7.50. So I like it to hang over a little bit. So I like to have a little bit extra 100 thousandths, which would be about $8.50, which half of that would be about $4.50. So what we're gonna do, crank her in 450 thousandths, and we'll put this hole in. Now this is going to be 1032 because I made this smaller. So the other socket, the middle hole socket was a really close slide fit, which is not normally what I like. But since it was a center hole, the good part about it being the center hole is being the center hole like that, it's usually used for a speed handle. So I Loctited it with bearing mounts, so it will be okay. 5/32 drill. And I'm going to power tap this because I'm going straight through and it's aluminum. Normally I don't like power tapping my what the hey? I didn't tighten that. That's what happened. It actually drilled it because it's a small hole, but oh, that's great smart stuff, ain't it? Alright, now we'll put the tap in. I'm going to go ahead and try to power tap this. I don't think I'm going to have any trouble because it's just plain aluminum, and aluminum's not so bad. Make sure I'll break here where I can get this nice and free. Plain out aluminum. I don't normally like the power tap with that smaller tap. Since it's a through hole in aluminum, I'll do that. There's only one more thing I need to do machining wise before I assemble this, a little hand work. So, take my brakes loose, and we'll see how the handle screws down on it. The reason I mill these after I put the sockets in, pretty simple. If you get up, especially if you have a good tight press on them, you end up with a little bit of a goulding. I don't care how careful you are, so you need to cut the gould out. That's what we do. We just take little light milling cuts across the face of it. I got my carbide milled in, so get the two different materials here. I just skinned over about 20 thousandths. And take a little light milling passes over about 20 thousandths a pass, so we get it to where it cleans that dog up this right over here. The only thing else to do after this is to mill the ends, put a little bit of chamfer on them. On the one end of the wrench. What we're doing is we're putting a little angle on these. It's like I do most all of them. I've got a new angle set, and I'm actually putting the sides. I've never really done a fixed angle before. So we're going to we're actually putting a 5-degree angle on these. That's a little more of a cut than I wanted, but I've got a 0 point set here to go. And Here we go. I already milled one side off camera. It's sitting on a 5-degree angle block. And we're just cutting I'm cutting it to a 0 point on my dial. This is the last operation except the little hand rounding. We're going to do on the bounce sander, and I'm not going to show you, but whoops, sorry for hitting the camera, excuse me. I got another 30 thou, it's going to be the finishing pass, and here we go. There it is. Alright, all I got to do is some hand finishing now. This puppy's ready to put in the mail. So that's what we got now. You see, there we are. So we got it nice and narrowed down. Alright, sitting here on my table is the completed Active Atom speed wrench. Basically, it's a good old one-piece wrench. It's made out of stuff here in the shop, more or less. I will tell you that. It's like most things that I make, it's a completed project. The aluminum and summit come from a metal supermarket scrap bin. The Durling for the handle is some that I recycle by taking square and turning into round. The bolt is one that I come home from eating, that I cleaned up and resized properly for this. The only thing that's really purchased on this is your sockets that I got there from Home Depot. And based on what the guys told me they needed, as far as size and all, I kind of tried to proportion it. So hopefully this will work for them on their Barker mill. I know it'll fit, and I try to get the proportions right. So this is the typical little speed handle. So this is the finished product. So all I got to do now is poke it in the envelope, pat her up, and mail her to California. That's today's video of the project that I did. Hope you enjoyed that video. Please remember, this is a copyrighted production of James Deadman Sawlogs Plastic Hubs for your enjoyment here on YouTube. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing to subscribe. And while you're at it, if you have other friends that like to watch machine videos or an old guy out playing in the shop, how about jumping in and tell them, hey, come over to the channel and give us a try. I really would appreciate it. Again, thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for the ones who comment. They're always welcome. And again, we will see you in the next video. Have a great day. And like I say, thanks for watching again.